This story began in 2002 when the Hemas Group launched its CSR initiative following discussions with the Ministry of Social Welfare on the national needs. Determined to create an impact in a focused area and benefit the community, we focused on early childhood development in Sri Lanka. As a first step towards sustainability, the Hemas Group, through the Hemas Outreach Foundation, an approved charity by the Government of Sri Lanka, partnered the Children's Secretariat of the Ministry of Child Development and Women's Affairs, a dedicated and committed facilitator. The project was named Piyawara, signifying the initial steps taken by a child at the beginning of the journey through life. Its vision was to nurture children with good care and provide a solid foundation for life. Its focus is on children between 0 to 5 years, the most important stage when 80% of brain development takes place. The journey thus began. Piyawara began by upgrading existing preschools in 10 districts to the level of model schools. The first was in Kurunegala with 2 teachers and 22 children on roll. There was great enthusiasm. The project took shape. It began touching the lives of an increasing number of children across the country. 2 years later, in 2004, the tsunami hit Sri Lanka. Hemas immediately set up temporary schools and play areas in 29 makeshift camps, thus addressing the emotional needs of these vulnerable, displaced children. Going a step further, it launched a massive preschool development program. 20 state-of-the-art Piyawara preschools costing approximately 120 million rupees were constructed and handed over to local councils in their respective areas. Over the years, the number of schools grew. So did the teachers and the students. Today, a decade and more later, in 2014, Piyawara spans the length and breadth of Sri Lanka, with 40 preschools and more in the pipeline, over 100 teachers and enriching lives of over 3,000 children daily. This is not about merely building with bricks and mortar, but rather a holistic approach to annual parental awareness programs, annual teacher training sessions, improved recreational facilities, empower children with special needs, collaborating with the Sri Lankan police towards eradicating child abuse, improve infrastructure development, adding model preschools to the national network or upgrading existing schools to meet minimum standards, emergency intervention during national disasters. Over the years, Piyawara has made an impact on the standards of preschools in Sri Lanka. It has also impacted the community in the north. In the post-peace treaty era in 2003, a small Piyawara preschool was set up in Jaffna. It was no mean task winning the support of the rebel-controlled policy systems and government officials to get this project off the ground. The post-war era saw many traumatized children in the makeshift camps at Manik Farm. Hemas, together with the Children's Secretariat, set up preschools and play areas to keep them occupied, even under difficult circumstances. As a long-term measure, we also built preschools in the north. The first ever model preschool was opened in Jaffna and followed by Kilinochchi. As a first-time initiative, the Piyawara Community Preschool concept is being adopted to assist marginalized rural communities in Sri Lanka. The first such school of its kind is in Ambalnaga, 10 kilometers from Kilinochchi town, where resettlement has taken place. This was followed by more community preschools in the resettled villages of Mullaitivu and Veratanna. Going beyond the northern region, several such preschools were also built in other provinces of Sri Lanka. The success of this initiative and the sustainable manner in which programs are implemented saw the Ministry of Child Development and Women's Affairs taking this model across the island to many locations. The Piyawara Special School in Hambantota, together with the Southern Youth Development Foundation, takes care of 46 little children who are stricken by learning disabilities and Down syndrome. These children are helped to improve their hidden artistic talents, and, in fact, many of them are invited to perform their dance items at corporate events in Colombo and to appreciative audiences too. Celebrated Sri Lankan legendary cricketer and well-known ICC international match referee Roshan Mahanama lent his patronage to the Piyawara initiative by coming on board as the brand ambassador of the Hemas Outreach Foundation, which runs the Piyawara project. His commitment was exemplified by his personal funding towards building a preschool in Verathanna. A project of this magnitude also incurs recurrent costs on a very frequent basis. Over the years, Piyawara's success story attracted foreign business partners who rallied round in a show of solidarity with continued financial support. Among them is a key donor, Der Touristik Germany, a pillar of strength in this journey. In October 2007, Piyawara won an Award of Excellence for support and improvement of education in Asia region as an outstanding, innovative and sustainable project in Asia at the annual Asian CSR Awards. Piyawara has touched the lives of thousands of children from all parts of Sri Lanka, from north to south and east to west, thereby resulting in a better quality of education. Hemas is now on the National Coordination Committee on Early Childhood Development, the body which oversees the development and implementation of the national policy. Piyawara stands today as a successful initiative, a sustainable and ongoing project by Hemas and the Children's Secretariat, demonstrating the success of government-private sector partnerships in addressing national issues and going beyond the geographical divide. Let this be the example for many others to follow.